Well, welcome to our third day as we look at the countdown to the resurrection. The hope that lies before us, it's coming, it's coming. But you know, on this third day, let me tell you something about the timeline of that last week of the earthly life of Jesus. Because it was on the third day that Jesus went with his disciples to the Mount of Olives. They talked about a lot of things here. But you know, one of the things that they would have talked about would have been his prophecy concerning the ultimate destruction of Jerusalem and the temple that was there. It was all going to happen. And it did happen, AD 70. It all came to pass, what Jesus said. But there's another irony within all of this. Because we're speaking about that prophecy, what lie ahead. Just in a couple of days, Jesus would be meeting with his disciples for the Jewish Passover. And what happens during the Jewish Passover? Well, during that Jewish Passover, one of the things that would be on the table would be something just like what I've got here. A boiled egg. Boiled egg on a plate. Amongst other things, of course. But the boiled egg was something that brought symbolism. This was a boiled egg. It's a boiled egg. And it would be still having its shell on as they met around the table, still with the shell on, and it would be burnt. Why? It was all to do with symbolism. It was a symbolism that reminded them as they met around of something of the heartache their ancestors had gone through. And amongst those heartaches that they had was when the temple was destroyed. It already happened before. When the temple was destroyed and the Jewish people were taken away into exile. They were taken into captivity. This was their life, destroyed. Well, really they destroyed it themselves, because before this happened, they had been people that had resorted to idolatry despite knowing the wonder of this great God. So they ended up in Babylon, in exile. You know, after all that, after the egg had been burned, they would come to eat the contents. The shell would clearly be removed. They would eat the egg, and the egg would be dipped into salt. Why? Once again, there's symbolism that's coming here. And the symbolism is this, that the salt represented the tears. And they'd known so many tears in the past. It had all been there. The tears as the temple was destroyed. The tears as they were lifted off and brought into captivity. The sadness of it all. It reminded them of all that. Something else happened on this third day. Something else happened that really brings, once again, some irony into it all. And it's this. It was on this day, so soon after the Passover, that Judas went and negotiated with the authorities so that he could betray Jesus, so that ultimately Jesus would be placed upon the cross of Calvary, and he would die there for us. He would give his life that we might know life and life in abundance. And why is that ironic? It's ironic because of this, that as Jesus gave his life, he gave his life that we might know eternal life, that we might know a life in heaven where there is no more sadness, there is no more pain, no more heartache. Our tears are wiped away, gone, all gone. Jesus is giving to us all of that. The salt on the egg no longer is irrelevant, for God's given to us something better. God's given to us something far better, where there is no tears, there is no heartache, but there is hope of new life. New life. We can know it, I hope we do. But let's learn some more of it as the days go by this week.